Hi, welcome to COMET Computer Private Limited Certified Ethical Hacker Training. So this training program is the most comprehensive ethical hacking course on the globe to help information security professionals grasp the fundamental of ethical hacking. So this course outcome helps you to become a security professional who systematically attempts to inspect network infrastructure with the consent of its owner to find security vulnerabilities which a malicious hacker could potentially exploit. So this course helps you to assess the security posture of an organization by identifying vulnerabilities in the network and system infrastructure to determine if unauthorized access is possible. So to protect your environment or to protect your data from the hacker, you should think in the hacker's point of view. So that this course helps you to think in the hacker's point of view to protect your organization's information and the data. And there are many job opportunities for the certified ethical hackers. So and the salary and even the employment. So this is the only department in the IT industry which has 0% unemployment, and even there is a huge demand for the IT security professionals. So here I want you to show some of the statistics, and here there is a website called payscale.com. So this company analyzes and assesses the job salaries for different departments and different designations. And here I want to show you the average information security officer's salary in India. So here this assessment says that the information security officer's salary in India is around 9,92,000 per annum. And for different designations, there are salaries are different. And here I'll show you the designation wise salary. And for information security analyst, the salary will be around 2.73 lakhs per annum. And the security consultant or network security consultant or information security consultant, so for them, the salary starts from 3.1 lakh to 2 million. And also the information security manager salary is starting from 605k to 3 million. And the security analyst salary starts from 236k to 9728k. And also the information security specialist, and even for different designations there are different salaries. And also I want to show you the salary based on the companies. And here I have one more website. So this company is also uh, the name glassdoor.co.in. So this company also is an analytic company, so where they analyze the job salaries. So here for the information security analyst, the average salary in India is 536k per year. And this a company like Wipro, they offer 4,42,000, and Tata Consultancy offers 5,72,000. And this is actually the minimum salary. When you can see the salary range, it's between 3 lakhs to 16 lakhs offered by Wipro. And Tata Consultancy offers between 3.7 lakhs to 11 lakhs. And Infosys offers between 3.4 lakhs to 9.35 lakhs. So many organizations, very familiar companies, every company has the information security job vacancies. So it's an opportunity for you to gain knowledge and get into the information security profile. So here now I want to share you about the course content. So in this CH course, we'll be discussing about the information security. We'll start with the introduction. So this module contains 20 modules, so which includes the introduction to ethical hacking, footprinting and reconnaissance, scanning networks, enumeration, vulnerability analysis, and system hacking, malware threats, sniffing, social engineering, denial of service, session hijacking, and evading IDS, firewall, and honeypots, hacking web server, hacking web application, SQL injection, and hacking wireless network, and hacking mobile platform, and IoT hacking and cloud computing and cryptography. So these are all the 20 modules which we'll be discussing in this CH module. So explaining in detail about the each and every module. So in the introduction to ethical hacking, we'll be discussing about the information security overview and the information security threats and attack vectors. And we'll also be discussing about the ethical hacking concepts. And we'll also discuss about ethical hacking concepts. And we'll discuss about information security controls. And we'll also understand about the penetration testing concept, and also we'll discuss about information security laws and standards. And in the next module, footprinting and reconnaissance, we'll be discussing about what is footprinting and footprinting through search engines, and footprinting through web services, and footprinting through social networking sites, and website footprinting, and email footprinting, and competitive intelligence, and who is footprinting, and using DNS footprinting, and network footprinting, and footprinting through social engineering, and footprinting through tools like Maltigo, Reconnaissance, or FOCA. So several tools we'll be discussing, and also we'll be discussing the countermeasures and the footprinting for penetration testing. And in the third module, we'll be discussing about the scanning networks. And in this module, we'll be discussing the scanning concepts and the scanning tools and the scanning techniques. And also, we'll be discussing scanning beyond the IDS and firewall, and banner grabbing, and drawing network diagrams. And also, we'll be discussing about scanning for penetration testing. And in the fourth module, we'll be discussing about enumeration, where we'll be discussing the enumeration concepts, NetBIOS enumeration, SNMP enumeration, LDAP enumeration, NTP enumeration, and SMTP and DNS enumeration, and other enumeration techniques also we'll be discussing. And also we'll be discussing the enumeration countermeasures, and also we'll be discussing enumeration for penetration testing. And in the fifth module, we'll be discussing about vulnerability analysis. So in the vulnerability assessment, if here we'll be discussing about vulnerability assessment concepts, and vulnerability assessment solutions, and vulnerability scoring systems. And also we'll be discussing about the vulnerability assessment tools, and vulnerability assessment reports. And in the sixth module, we'll be discussing about the system hacking. And in the system hacking, initially we'll be starting with system hacking concepts, and then cracking passwords. And we'll also discuss about escalating the privileges, and executing applications, and hiding files, and covering the tracks, penetration testing. And in the seventh module, we'll be discussing malware concepts, Trojan concepts, and virus and worm concepts. And also we'll be discussing about malware analysis, and we'll also be discussing about the countermeasures for trojans, backdoors, and virus and worms. And we'll also discuss about some of the anti-malware softwares, and also we'll be discussing malware for penetration testing. And also we'll be discussing in the eighth module, we'll be discussing about sniffing. So here we'll be discussing about the sniffing concepts, sniffing techniques using MAC attacks, and sniffing technique using DHCP attack. And also we'll be discussing about the sniffing technique with R poisoning, and sniffing techniques with spoofing attack, and sniffing technique with DNS poisoning sniffing technique. And also we'll be discussing about the sniffing tools, and also countermeasures, and sniffing detection techniques, and sniffing for penetration testing. And in the ninth module, we'll be discussing about social engineering, and here we'll be discussing about the social engineering concepts and social engineering techniques. And we'll also be discussing about the insider attacks and impersonation on social engineering sites, and identity theft countermeasures, and social engineering for penetration testing. In the 10th module, we'll be discussing about DDoS concepts, and we'll also discuss DDoS attack techniques, and about the botnets, DDoS case studies, and DDoS attack tools, countermeasures. And also we'll be discussing DDoS for penetration testing and and DDoS protection tools. And in the 11th module, we'll be discussing about session hijacking. And here we'll be discussing hijacking concepts and application level session hijacking and network level session hijacking and session hijacking tools and countermeasures. And also we'll be discussing session hijacking for penetration testing. And in the 12th module, we'll be discussing evading IDS firewall and honeypots. And we'll be starting this concept with understanding what is IDS firewall and honeypot concepts. And then we'll also discuss about the IDS firewall honeypot solutions. And also we'll be discussing how to evade the IDS and how to evade the firewall and how to evade IDS, and also we'll be using this detection tools for honeypot. And also we'll discuss about IDS firewall evasion countermeasures, and we'll also be discussing penetration testing for IDS firewall and honeypot. And in the 13th module we'll be discussing about hacking web servers, and in this we'll be initially discussing about web server concepts, and then we'll discuss web server attacks, and we'll also discuss web server attack methodology and web server attack tools countermeasures, and also we'll be discussing about the patch management and web server security tools and web server penetration testing. And in the 14th module we'll be discussing about hacking web applications. Here we'll initially discuss with the web application concepts, then web application threats, and we'll also discuss the hacking methodology, and we'll be also discussing about the web application hacking tools and the countermeasures, and web application security testing tools and web application testing for penetration testing. And in the 15th module, we'll be discussing about SQL injection. In SQL injection, initially we'll start with SQL injection concepts. Then we'll discuss types of SQL injection and SQL injection methodology and SQL injection tools and evasion techniques for SQL and the countermeasures. And in the 16th module, we'll be discussing hacking a wireless network. So initially, we'll start with the wireless concepts and wireless encryption and wireless threats and wireless hacking methodology and wireless hacking tools and Bluetooth hacking and countermeasures and wireless hacking tools and wireless penetration testing. And in the 17th module, we'll be discussing hacking mobile platforms. So where we'll understand mobile platform attack vectors, and then hacking Android OS and hacking iOS and mobile spyware and mobile device management and mobile security guidelines and tools and mobile penetration testing. The 18th module will be discussing IoT hacking. So where we'll initially start with IoT concepts, IoT attacks, and IoT hacking methodologies, and IoT hacking tools and its countermeasures. And also we'll be discussing IoT penetration testing. The 19th module will be discussing about the cloud computing, starting with cloud computing concepts and cloud computing threats, cloud computing attacks, and the cloud security and cloud security tools and cloud penetration testing. In the 20th module, we'll be discussing about cryptography, cryptography concepts, encryption algorithms, and cryptography tools, and public key infrastructure, and email encryption, and disk encryption, and cryptanalysis, and the countermeasures. So these are all the 20 modules we'll be discussing in the ethical hacking course. And enjoy learning with Comet. And thank you. Bye bye.